Good day to all, and welcome to today's Analyst Room. I am your analyst for this evening, Adnan Cartwright, and we will be getting into the forex market. First, a disclaimer: trading the foreign exchange market, it does carry a high level of risk, meaning that anything that you invest within the forex market should be money that you can afford to lose. Now, systems and examples of tools and software that will be demonstrated, past results are not actually a precursor or a prediction for that in terms of future results. With that being said, ensure that your investment decisions are that of your own accord, and remember that you are your own custodian of your own Forex account. All right, in today's analyst room, we have up for discussion the NZD USD. Now, as you can see here within the NZD USD, we are in a uptrend. Market has opened up based on the news from Trump in terms of the Iranian war that the peace talks aren't going as one would think they should be going. So they're going back and forth in terms of control. Their piece pretty much is at a pause at this current time, and hence the market gapped at the very opening, as you can see here. Now, what will happen before tonight is concluded, specifically that of going into the Asian session, that gap in itself will be filled. Now, what's the next move from there? If we take a look here at our trading view application and go into further analysis of the New Zealand United States dollar, we can see here that same data that we have been looking at. Let's move this projected trade that we have here in play when it comes down to how we're looking to get into this position in itself. Right now, we're utilizing a mixture of different indicators, one being that of the Fibonacci. Now, we are in this down AB, and in this down AB, we are within the retracement zone. We've come all the way up to our 8.6 level, meaning that our D extension is projected to be at the 1.8 down here at 56.52. However, we have a psychological level that we do need to get through, meaning that at 5700, roughly about 0.5710, we need to be a little bit cautious when it comes down to the further movement down. We do need to break that level of support in order for us to continue to the downside. So here is the trade plan and how we're looking to get involved with the NZD USD. So we've broken our trend line. That's the first step that we needed to see this happen at the gap of the market. We are at the opening of the market with the gap, apologies. We are expecting this gap to be filled. Now, in the filling of said gap, as we make our way back up, we're looking to come back to this past level of support, looking at this to become resistance. So if this level holds at 0.5880, we can look for a bearish candlestick formation, bearish structure to come back into play that will reject price off of this level and then push us down. We may not go in a straight line as such, but you pretty much get the idea in terms of how we're looking to continue. Now, the things that will invalidate this trade is this. Given that we do get a rejection off of this level at 0.5880, we can bring this order back here in play. We have our fractal highs in play, which is good. What this does is this reduces risk off the table for us, thus increasing our risk to reward ratio. So we can put this a little bit above this fractal high now. And so you can see now that the trade risk-wise is now 1 to 3. To get a little bit more detail, you can see here from market open, or from entry area in terms of price, we are risking about 50, 55, maybe 60 pips to go after 100 and let's say 70 in that regard. We'll pretty much round down in this example here. And so This is how we're looking to get engaged with the NZD/USD. But first and foremost, we do need to see that rejection off of 0.5880. Let's fix this line so that we can have accurate pricing with the coordinates. So 5880, there we go. So we have that in play. And what we also want to do too as well, we just don't want to jump into the trade. So one can set an alarm here to get ready for the position, and or you can utilize one of our tools when it comes down to entering the position. And so if we take a look here back at our MT4 terminal, we can take this position down when it comes down to leveraging, say, the string tracker automation tool. The 4-hour does show bullish because we had a bullish movement. Again, it measures the strength of the 4-hour time frame. This is strong bullish. But if we come here to a smaller time frame, given that we're looking to expect that movement to the downside, we can utilize a 30-minute time frame, maybe even a 50-minute time frame to get short in that position. So right before the market closed, this was our last positioning that we could have taken. And then from here, the current market value right now, you are up about 17 pips in terms of market value. Again, this gap is going to be filled, so be mindful of that. And then, of course, you had a maximum of 36 pips. So nothing too much, but profits nonetheless in that regard. And so we're waiting again for this to turn from strong bearish back over to from strong bearish to either weak bullish, or even weak bearish back to strong bearish. And then we'll be able to take a sell position given that 0.5880, this level here holds. You can also mark your charts to get those coordinates in. So I can come here to my objects list, here into my horizontal line, and then we can set this one here to 5880 to ensure that we are aligned with how we hide an analysis within the trading view application so that our MetaTrader 4 does line up. And so again, this is the line in the sand for us. If this does break above, we need to take a step back, pause, and ensure that we don't break above these highs. That will, of course, invalidate the trade. So 5880 is a pause. Above this area of resistance around 59.30, this is going to invalidate the trade. So again, 0.5880 is going to, if this breaks above it, we do need to have a moment of pause. We need to ensure that we still remain within the bearish structure and we can push down. But if it goes above 59.30, then we know for a fact that this trade is no longer in play. It is invalidated and there is no longer a sell position. So please be mindful of that. So string tracker and how you would want to trade that is one example of how one can get active. Another example is that if we leverage, say, formation tracker, and if we leverage formation tracker with our candlestick formations, again, you can see here we had a movement to the downside. So in the sell zone, we can sell both bullish and bearish candles. In this software, you have the capabilities to do both. But say that we just wanted to sell the bearish candles in that regard. So on this engulfing candle here, this was our sell. Current trade up 18 pips yet again, maximum of 36. And we're waiting to see what we're going to have occur again at the 0.5880. So regardless to the trading tool and the automated software that we have available at the Integrity Investing Network, you can pretty much leverage the entry properly whilst we're waiting for certain things to come to alignment. Again, this is something not to rush. If we take a look at the TradingView application, we're waiting yet again for 5880 to come into play. So that's the trade that we have our eyes on within the New Zealand dollar. Of course, you will calculate your risks accordingly. Make sure that you trade within property equity management guidelines. And that is all that we have for you today within the analyst room. It's the beginning of the week. Be sure to tune in with us on Tuesdays as well as Thursdays as we get more into the trading week. We'll see how things pretty much shape out from there. More opportunities to take advantage of, but at this current time, this is one that we can get active on once this comes into alignment, which should be shortly. Should not take too long for this trade to become activated in that regard. All right, all. Have a wonderful trading week. As always, if you have any questions or comments that you would like to have answered, or just wanted to give us some feedback, you can reach us at CS Charlie Sierra at integrityinvesting.net. For those that actually have our software, or if you would like to acquire one of our software, you can contact us at ts@integrityinvesting.net, technical service at integrityinvesting.net. Have a wonderful, wonderful trading week all, and we'll see you Tuesday at 6 p.m. Take care.